volt a hagyományos töltséres, hanem valami no-name, nem?
Hát igen, ilyen epres töltséres. Nem tudom milyen márkája volt, de az a szlovák.
Igen, teljesen jó volt, most nem akarom lehúzni meg semmi. Teljesen jó ízű volt. Jó, akkor nem mondtam rá semmit, mert...
Én láttam, hogy ilyen epres teljes töltséres.
Igen, ilyen joghurtos sem lehetett. Mert ilyen epres volt. Olyan, milyen játék jön most a soron? Hozzá? Folytatod, vagy mi?
Nem, azt most váltottam
Most már van választék, váltogatod újra.
Aha, váltogatom most. Most vagyunk, hogy nem csak Yakuza, hanem akkor minden más is.
Igen, vagyunk. Kb. Egy, amúgy, ha nagyon sietnénk, egy kb. 2-3 óra kontent van szerintem benne. Utána valószínűleg a sztori végére érünk.
Most már tulajdonképpen akkor...
A nagy része valószínűleg videó.
Igen, de most már csak farmolgatok, aztán valamelyik nap majd befejezzük.
Nem kell sietni. Van lehet mással játszani.
Majd látod mindjárt, amint rámész a streamre. Szerintem ezt kínosakat csinálni. Aha, oké. Nem tudom, milyen útvonal kéne mennem. Elég sokan nem bejön végül is. Meg! Jövök direkt messzire el, és akkor is bazd lőnek a fanaszba. Ez pont az alját, igen. Ilyen kis lassan haladgatós, elmerülős. Legalábbis nekem.
Okay, gone quiet.
Bazd meg! Ez a szar akkor is, addig nem nyugszom, nem csinálom ezt. Istenit. Kéne mennem.
Got it. Inside voices.
Wow, oké.
What's that noise? Gonna find you.
Incoming!
Szła. De szóljanak még utána. Szúgyanak meg. Olyan ubatos, hogy csináltam.
Come out and play.
No!
Get them!
Nem tudom, észrevett.
Okay, gone quiet. Go! You got him!
Hide and play. What's that noise? Something there?
Mindig kell mi neked bazd meg. De hogy... Te haltam most meg. Egyszer csak felrobbanok, bazd meg. Ma majdnem megvoltam.
Got it? Inside voices.
Király.
gone quiet.
اديني رصاص.
Only the most dashing champion of private enterprise ever to don a mask. Until I get my start, that is. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them. seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
Aha.
I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Hát ezt későbbre kell hagynom. Még túl erősek. És akkor menjek a botanika
Got it. Inside voices.
house-ba. Majd visszajövök. Csinálom most a izét.
Weak! So weak!
Én kutya megyek innen, igen.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest. I'll tell you what I can. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does. What is it?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Hobson. You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. Well, if it's all the same to you, then you ought to divert power over to us, shut down Reed's cannery, and scrap it for parts. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed-out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Tényleg szalonozok is egy water. Mondjuk.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off. Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Zoe was always obsessed with this cereal. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her. The other day, I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day. Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Daj ci pokładnie to buty i brązy. Ez így nem jó. Elégedek. Én nem tudom eléggé figyelni.
Okay, gone quiet.
Szúrj meg! Van ott mellettem valami. hogy meghalok ilyen gyorsan, nem? Hogy kéne leszedni ezeket akkor? Biztos nem jó, nincs elég időm leszedni őket.
Okay, keep it quiet.
Na, csak azt az egy izét dobbanósot látom.
You want what? Wow! You put those marauders in the dirt quicker than the masked marketeer. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. I doubt that. Nobody in that camp really cared about me. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Also, he could carry on a conversation, unlike these hooligans. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to. I'm great at clarifying. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Így jó. Így van. Így maradjál csendben. No, 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 no.
Hear that? Hear that? You hiding? Kill them!
Nem akarsz megfordulni? Nem fogsz?
Right, you!
De... És ennyi! Kilövök belőlük egy 20-at, és alig kocsam meg neki. Ő belém kettőt, és meghal. Majd vagy.
Look, I already bought what you were selling me. Just give me some time to gather up my personals.
szólni. Vissza kéne először komolyan. Tehát én ez a sok színű. Úgyhogy...
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Ezt. ez volt egy egyszerű történet. Jó vagy?
Where are we headed?
Kiírtad magad? Örül. Itt volt a hősünk. Az megvan. Is megvolt. Megszedtem az embereket? Aha. Túléltem. Megcsináltam. Nem már, nem tudok fasztarulni, hogy sok tudsz van nálam. Szudjanak meg, pedig pont ez lenne az értelme.
Társadalom még. Szólnod kell. Helyes. Mindjárt magadra akarsz vinni. Úgy teszek el, azt a tukáig.
Így van! Nem fér el nálam végtelen mennyiségű sajnos. És ez nagyon is nem tetszik. Szigyeljék magukat. Szarra kell foglalkozom, hogy bontsam le a cuccokat. Nem ilyet, csak úgy el.
Fájdalmat okoz neked a tükörre, de lehet.
Gyökettővel megyek, és még csak fasztra sem használhatom. Jöttem visszadni. Találtam üzét. Szerintem kiírtuk. Benne industrial zone-ha szeretnék majd még.
Wish we had some better rations.
At least you got your health.
Vale's a little safer, thanks to you. We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork. Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations. Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people. Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy. Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much adrenatime. That'll do a number on your brain matter. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of adrenatime. What's on your mind?
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Taníttam itt a emberekkel leszek, akik elhagyták Edgewater-t. Nincs más megoldás.
Don't let the boss catch you saying
Most
that.
már még egyszer sem találtam más megoldást itt, hogy választani kell. Ajjajjajjajjaj. Mhm. Így van. Gondod van? Jaj. Eddig mindig valahogy a hajnali órák voltak a kritikus időszakok. Ha leesik, akkor esik le.
Mindig éjszaka kell esnie, hogy alható legyen.
Úgy csinálom, hogy 3 kis csíkot tettem a hátuljára egyébként. Remélem nem, de...
Igen, teljesen mindegy. Halálosan mindegy volt.
Istenem.
Tudom, ha ők nem csinálnak semmit, de legalább el is ismerik.
Én csak esik össze, nem csinálnak semmit, mert szoktak lenni ilyen jótékony akciójuk a hírekben.
Ők csinálnak a dolgokat. Honnan van pénzük egyébként, most sem tudom.
De azért az se igaz, hogy semmit nem csinálnak.
Valamivel valahogy működnek.
Azért ténykednek. Sokat jár is.
for me.
Follow me. Jetzt dann.
Here they come!
Processing. Failed. Suspicious data not found.
Okay. Please turn in your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in an immediate reprimand. Azonnal azonosítsd magad, hogy meg lehet, hogy megbüntetessünk téged. Ha nem azonosítod magad, azonnal megbüntetünk téged. Szóval, ki maga? Nem tudja, hogy én ki vagyok? Szóval van az a vicc, hogy ki maga? Nagyon jó, ha nem tudja. Viszlát! Maradjon is így. Reputation, igen.
Unexpected. Investigating.
Raktunk szarba.
Unit searching for unauthorized persons. Sweeping the area. unexpected.
Incoming! Everyone all right?
During your adventures, things may happen to a character that can trigger a flow offer. Taking the flow is optional, but doing so provides you with a perk. Choice is yours. Points.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing. Yeah, huh?
Halt.
Get ready! Don't mess with us!
Processing. Security
Incoming!
patrol initiated.
Got 'em all!
Search concluded. No dissidents found. Unexpected. Searching for unauthorized persons. Returning to normal protocols. Processing.
Wait, Phantom! You're not real. You're not real.
Halt. Performing an area sweep now.
No, 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 just leave me alone.
Watch out!
Maradt. Hát, spoiler.
A szövegbe kijötték. Vagy is nem tudom, hol vagy. Csatornarendszer mélyén, a totyóban.
Aki nem figyel, azt nem tudja, hogy hol vagyok. Én hirtelen már powerplane vagyok.
No, just leave me alone. No, just leave me alone. Get away! Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram! You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you. Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Something you need?
System up. Unexpected. Processing data. Reminder. Please security threat. Eliminated. Resetting threat level. Systems are process
Incoming!
Fejlesztés.
What's eating you? The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
Akartam szólni, hogy amúgy megcsináltam, de... nem.
Trespassers terminated.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Halt, sweeping.
Incoming!
Unexpected. Security, but
Incoming!
Bring us honor, soldier. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Felköltöttünk pénzt. Jó.
Heard you've been taking down marauders.
My offer remains standing should you reconsider. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town. Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on. My offer remains standing should you reconsider. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town. Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on. Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in trouble. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored Saltuna in our heyday. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and spearmint. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
Csak megnézem. Van, még van. Nem végeztem itt ezzel a résszel.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Anything else I can do for you? I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
Nehéz leírni. Szépen tartanak, de van velük valami olyan, nem tudom, meseszerű az egész.
Valahogy mégsem annyira realisztikus, hogy a kettő között maradtak.
Látom, hogy szép és magas felbontású a textúra, de valami mégis olyan, nem tudom.
Végig látszik az
Valami nem.
animált, igen. És nem baj.
My dear, we are
És
all
stílus.
visitors in a momentary universe. Our lives flicker in and out like the guttering of a flame. Here now, then gone. Me and mine are just carrying on as
És
best
látszik,
we
hogy
can,
külön ráncokat
trying to
tettek
live
rá,
our
mit
lives
tudom
in a way
én.
that does not feel wasted.
Kis szemeatikarikákat.
More of the colony felt the way you did, we'd have ourselves a proper revolution. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that. That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. I could not possibly care less if he does, but you're surely welcome to ask him.
Ja. Kérdeznem.
My offer remains standing should you reconsider. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up. My offer remains standing should you reconsider. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town. Nature is ugly. There is safety here, safety and purpose. But not all of us see that, and I cannot force that vision upon them. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on. Go ahead.
Elüteni jó. Mások viszont csinálni. Szóval legalábbis. Még a tabocs utánik a húzókör. Kövek kérdeztetek.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Oké. Igyekszem.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Elvízbe engedsz a házadba.
I'm listening.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Oké, köszi. Hol van Thomas?
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Ah, this one. Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no. I'm just along with this lady here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Jó, akkor egy kert akkor találom. Ez csak van akkor. Ez valahol az itt lesz, minden igaz.
Had your rations yet?
Something got you down?
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit. What's on your mind?
Jó. Akkor ez ilyen. Jó, termoplant.
Micsoda?
Mindjárt elhagyom. Emerald vélt.
Isten! Új stream név lesz! Végzed az első bevezető tutoriál bolygóval.
Bukó.
Amúgy egy jó hosszú sztoria van, igen.
Ez is azért hosszú, mindent megcsinálni azért, meg megtalálni őket.
Megcsináltad úgy egyféleképpen, egy csomó döntést kell hozni, de több más is lehetett a vége.
Mi nem hoztam meg, hogy melyiket... melyik... Tégy. Melyik közösséget pusztítom el. Az még... De... Szerintem akkor inkább hagyom a dezertőröket életben, és Edgewater pedig ma úgyis már pusztulásra van ítélve az a város. Ha valaki megbetegszik, akkor meg is hal, mert nem kap gyógyszert. Akkor már nagyjából úgyis mindegy. Szének meg se néztem, vagy csak... Se baj. Az egyiket, kettőt aktiváltam, aktiváltam közben, meg
Sister,
Look out! Everyone all right?
ugye? Oh. Új, okay.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order. Yeah, huh? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling different. And nothing had to get weird. incoming! Everyone all right?
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters: plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it? Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me. Adelaide wants nothing more than to see this town suffer. To see me suffer. All you've done is satisfied her hatred. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you. Apologies won't give us our lives back, but for what it's worth, I am sorry too. Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence.
Onnan is eltalált akkor is. Köszönöm. Feltűnt.
That's all right. Put him down! What was that, huh? Something's not right.
Are we getting paid or not?
Any loss of productivity will be deducted from your pay. Got my hands full at the moment. Make it quick, please.
Staying long?
Staying long?
Huh?
Ma nem lehet felmenni. Kár.
I put my whole life in that cannery.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the Vale like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence. Blunt as a hammer. But you're right. Nothing can undo the past. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go. I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life. You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Nyomja mindig a részt a szart.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain. Where are we headed?
Jöjjön.